Before Ragnar Lothbrok raided Paris and became the most feared Viking in history, he killed a dragon with nothing but a spear and the strangest armor anyone had ever seen. This is how a pair of fuzzy tar-covered pants made him a legend. 9th century Sweden. A princess so beautiful men crossed frozen seas just to see her. But she's trapped. Not in a tower, trapped by a monster. Her father, King Heraud, gave her a pet serpent when she was young. Cute idea, right? Except it grew, and grew, and kept growing until it was the size of a building, crushing everything in its coils, devouring livestock whole and terrorizing the entire region. The king's desperate. He makes a proclamation: kill the serpent, marry my daughter, claim the throne. Every warrior who tried, dead. Why? Because this isn't just a big snake. This is a lindworm, a dragon serpent from Norse mythology. Impenetrable scales, venom that kills in seconds, toxic breath. Some versions say there were 2 of them. You can't just stab it. You can't get close without dying. You need a plan.
Enter Ragnar, young, ambitious, Danish royal blood. But what makes him different? He doesn't charge in like every other testosterone-fueled idiot. He thinks, how do you fight something you can't touch without dying? He studies the beast, consults wise men, obsesses over the problem. Lindworm venom, acidic, instantly fatal. Toxic fumes, one breath and you're choking. Scales, harder than steel. Then it hits him. Ragnar commissions special clothing, thick wool boiled in tar and pitch until it's hard as leather. Then he covers it with animal hair, shaggy, weird-looking, but functional. The Hairy-Breeches, the Loðbrók. The tar blocks venom, the layers filter toxic fumes, the texture resists acid. People laughed at him. Imagine showing up to fight a dragon in a fuzzy tar onesie. But Ragnar understood. The serpent's greatest weapons were useless against this. He wasn't trying to look intimidating. He was engineering victory. And this bizarre armor would give him a nickname that would echo through history. Ragnar Lothbrok. Ragnar Hairy-Breeches.
Ragnar arrives at King Heraud's court. I'll kill your serpent. I'll claim your daughter. The court thinks he's insane. He doesn't care. He's done the math. He knows it'll work. Sunset. He approaches the bower, and then he sees them. 2 massive serpents coiled around the structure. Bodies thick as oak trees, scales like dark iron, eyes burning like coals. The moment they sense him, everything changes. The first serpent strikes, lightning fast. Ragnar's shield takes the hit, force enough to kill a normal man. He holds firm. Venom sprays across his body and rolls right off the treated armor. The Hairy-Breeches work. Second serpent circles, toxic breath creating clouds of poison. The armor protects him. But now he's fighting 2 dragon serpents simultaneously. This is where most heroes die. Not Ragnar. He feints toward the first serpent, drawing its attack. At the last second, he pivots. The creature's strike crosses the second serpent's path. They tangle. Chaos.
Split-second opening. Ragnar's spear drives forward through the first serpent's eye, the only vulnerable spot. The blade punches through skull and brain. The creature shrieks, a sound so horrific people in the nearby village pray to Odin for protection. 1 down, 1 to go. The second lindworm loses its mind. It launches at Ragnar with suicidal fury, jaws snapping, coils whipping through the air with enough force to shatter stone. This is the moment that makes the legend. Ragnar doesn't retreat, he charges into the attack. Shield deflects the head. One fluid motion, spear up through the soft tissue under the jaw, straight into the brain. Both serpents dead. The hairy-breeched warrior stands victorious, covered in venom that can't touch him, surrounded by the corpses of monsters that killed every other hero.
King Harald gives Ragnar his daughter. Princess Thora Townheart becomes his wife, and Lita, the mother of Bjorn Ironside, one of the greatest Viking raiders in history. But more than a wife, Ragnar wins a reputation. The man who defeated the undefeatable, the warrior who thought before he fought, the hero who engineered victory. From that day, Ragnar Lothbrok becomes a name spoken with respect and fear. The Hairy-Breeches aren't a joke, they're his calling card. Every time someone hears that name, they remember this is the man who kills monsters. He goes on to command fleets of longships, raid across Europe, and challenge kings and emperors. But it all started here, with a princess, a monster, and really weird pants.
The serpent slaying was just the beginning. Ragnar's story gets darker. He raids Paris. He becomes a king. He has multiple wives, legendary sons, and enemies across Europe. And his death? Thrown into a pit of venomous snakes by King Aila of Northumbria. His last words become a battle cry that launches one of the bloodiest revenge campaigns in Viking history. His sons, including Bjorn Ironside and Ivar the Boneless, bring an army to England and carve the blood eagle into Aila's back. Want that story? Subscribe now, because we're diving deep into the Norse sagas and it only gets more brutal from here. Drop a comment. Real history or pure legend? What do you think? The greatest weapon isn't a sword. It's the mind that wields it.